Oof. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I don't normally do unboxing videos because I like to get a feel for the product first by setting it up, testing it out, and then getting that oh so sweet B-roll. Close-up shots, spinning shots, close-up shots that also spin, showing stitching, metal, this thing. That B-roll right there, oh, don't worry, that was recorded after this. The only reason I am breaking from tradition and opening this now is because Next Level Racing has made a seat specifically for me. That's right, they 3D scanned my entire body and created a one-off custom fit. Nah, I'm just playing. But they did make a seat that strays from that standard racing, I'll put that in quotes, racing bucket seat. Oh, and the cockpit that this is going to mount to, well, it hasn't shown up yet. I'm Jesse, well, this is Bartman's Bits, and today we are looking at the newly released ERS3 seat from Next Level Racing. Now, first impressions are that this is like a bog standard seat on the lower end of Next Level Racing's lineup. You'd be forgiven for thinking that because at $249, well, it's pretty much the cheapest seat that they offer. Here's the thing though, it's got a handful of features and qualities that bring it up a few notches on that lineup. The ERS3 breaks from the traditional closed-in bucket-style racing seat and provides freedom of movement in the shoulder and, well, thigh areas. Perfect for the bigger users out there, myself included. My main issue with most racing seats that I've tried is the whole thing is made to keep you from sliding around. Now, that's perfect for an actual race car flying around a track, but in here, we're not doing too much sliding. I prefer the ability to freely move my arms. That way I can reach out to grab like a shifter, handbrakes, and, well, with the cockpit that I'm going to be setting up, the throttle and stick, which will be on the sides here. Now this seat is, let me get it out of here first. Let's get it out of the plastic here. That way we can check it out in more detail. All right, now that we have the plastic off here. So it's covered in durable PU leather, which on first impressions looks to be very well made, like high quality stitching. I do like that the pattern changes over here. It is different from the main body here and kind of adds like it's carbon fiber weave look. There's no loose bits hanging out, no stringing or anything, which is great. Now this chair has, let's bring it back up here so you can see, has dual lever reclining. And I'm assuming that's to make the seat more resistant to forces pushing on it, like during sessions of heavy braking. We'll check that out more later once we have it fully assembled and I try it out. All right, let's get the other piece. Got the Next Level logo stitched into the back here and the front. And assembly is pretty straightforward. Let's get the accessories here and officially put this thing together. The hex wrenches or Allen keys or whatever you want to call them, they included in the box, which is very nice. So you have whole bunch of extra hardware here. All you're going to need to assemble the seat is the 4 bolts and washers, but you have all this additional hardware so that it is compatible with whatever seat that you're using. And on the side it shows which of those cockpits that it is compatible with. Assembly is pretty straightforward. Go ahead and put this thing together. There you go. Okay, so assembly is simple enough, as you can see. Now, like I said, that's going to vary depending on which cockpit you have. It's not just as simple as putting that in. You have to attach it to whatever frame that you have. The instructions cover all of that and the hardware is included. That's awesome. Now, I can't really speak to the sliding mechanism, but that's something that's included on almost all of the seats that Next Level Racing offers. What I'm going to do now is kind of the only thing that I can do, which is put it on the floor where I'm eventually going to have the cockpit once it does show up, and pop a squat, see how it feels. This is how it must look for my children when they play on here. Okay, so now that I'm sitting on the floor here, obviously not ideal because clearly this is made for a cockpit, we can test the comfort. It's supportive without being restrictive, especially in the shoulder area. That's kind of the deal with this chair. It's soft, soft to the touch, and soft when you sit in it, but it's not spongy, so you don't sink in. And it's got that kind of solid feeling that makes you really want to lean into the brakes, if you know what I mean. One thing to note, and something that I had to retrain my brain on, is the dual handle pulling for reclining. That's not something I'm used to, like from a car and everything, where it's one handle to recline and that's it. So you do have to pull both of them at the same time, then push back to your recline and kind of make sure they get locked in place. Now, that's not a bad thing, it just takes a few fumbles to get right. Now, having two sets of springs, one on each side for the reclining, allows for the seat to easily pull you back out of that reclined position, which is kind of helpful. It takes no effort whatsoever. The shoulder area being open like this is something I've been looking for in a chair for a while, and this fits the bill perfectly. Now, I have sat in a lot of different racing seats from various companies, and this is one of the more comfortable options out there. It's not going to be exact, like a replica of what you find in a car. So if that's what you're going for, well, Next Level Racing does have options like that. What this is a more comfort-oriented and lower priced option to get you into that cockpit ecosystem. And especially in my case here, where I've been using this right here, which attaches to whatever gaming chair that you have or office chair, it's a huge step up. So final, initial thoughts. I think this is a great addition to the Next Level Racing seat lineup, and I cannot wait to get this installed in the GT Track cockpit that's on its way. If you want to see that video, why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe, and while you're down there, hit that little bell icon. That way you get notified when that video releases. If you want to grab this seat for yourself, it is now available, and you can head down to the description. There's going to be a link to Next Level Racing and the product page for this brand new seat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.